Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about A House of Dynamite. Alright, so A House of Dynamite is a Netflix original film that is coming to Netflix on October 24th, but in the Netherlands they decided to release it in theaters for a few days, so I was able to watch this one on the big screen, which is, in my opinion, the thing that saved this movie. I don't think it will work as well on a small screen, especially not if you're watching on the phone or something like that. This is a film that needs to immerse you immensely, that you need to fully take in. So if you haven't seen it yet, which is probable, then definitely be sure to watch it on the biggest screen you have as possible to make sure that you fully immerse yourself with a story like this, because this movie is incredibly tense, and that's everything you need to know for this. It's a movie, plain simple. It's about a nuclear missile is heading towards the United States. They do not know where it's coming from, and they do not know how to respond to it. And it's up to this team of the United States government to figure out what it is and how they are going to respond to it. Are they gonna retaliate, or are they not gonna retaliate? Which is an immensely important decision, because if they react to it, they immediately set start of a war, which is, of course, not something you want to do. Which makes this movie extremely valuable to things happening in the world nowadays. So this movie feels extremely relevant. And give or take that the United States government in this movie and the United States government in real life don't exactly look like each other, give or take that, but still, it's a scenario that can play out for real, which is insanely scary, because in times like this, if a thing like the thing that happens in this movie happens in real, I wouldn't even be surprised anymore. I think that would be just like, yeah, okay, oh well, was to be expected. So, that being said, this movie is extremely tense because it really makes you feel like there's a missile coming. You can feel the tension, you can feel every single thing that they want you to do. They have limited time, not a lot. I'm not gonna say how long they have, because that's something from the movie. Maybe it's in the trailer. I haven't seen any trailers, so I don't know what's in that. So I'm not gonna say how many time they have, but it's not a lot. But the thing with this movie is, it is not the entire runtime of the film. It's like a little piece of the runtime, which made me scared for it, because I thought like, okay, this is the tense part. What are they going to do with the rest of the 2/3 of the film? How are they gonna fix the story with that part? And then I noticed that in this first act, let's just say is the first act, you see a lot of characters by only hearing their voice, and I was like, okay, are we maybe gonna see some more of these characters later on? And that is what is the case. So whenever the timer runs out, there is a cut, and then you go back and you follow the exact same thing again from a different perspective. And the first time that happened, I was a little bit confused about how it all happened and how it all played out. But then I got sucked back into it, and I was feeling the tension again. And even though I already knew where the missile was going, you still don't know what happened to it, and you still don't know how it's going to end, which is one of the greatest things about this movie. It keeps that tension up to the end of the film. So you follow the story again, but from a different perspective, from different characters. And if you were wondering why certain characters weren't answering immediately in the first act, in the second and third act, you are going to figure out why that actually is, which was great. The only down part I have to that point is that they do this 3 times, and by the 3rd time, you really just want to know what happened afterwards, instead of going through the same thing for a 3rd time, which is the most annoying thing about this film. It takes away the entire tension a little bit too long for that 3rd time. You have a lot of time to digest, because some characters that are very important in that 3rd act came into the picture a little later. To overlap the time, you have something that is not having any tension, so you are really taken out of it until you get sucked back into it. But at that point, you've already seen it twice. You just want to figure out how it ends. So that one isn't as tense as the first 2 parts were, even though that is your big finale of the film. And then they end it, and that ending left me a little bit mad. I can see why they chose to end it like that, why they chose to end it on that note, and on that shot, and on that portion of the time. But I particularly didn't like it. I felt like it didn't resolve anything of the story enough, and maybe it was just my curiosity as to what happened in the film, but I may have wanted a little bit more, which left me a little bit annoyed with the ending of the film. Still, the tension is definitely there. You have a great and stellar cast in this with a lot of famous faces. You have Caitlin Dever in the small role, you have Anthony Ramos, you have Idris Elba, of course, in a very important role, you have Rebecca Ferguson, you have a lot of guys, you have Kyle Allen, which I know from some films, so you have a lot of great actors in this, and everyone is acting their asses off, and everyone is doing a phenomenal job. You have Jared Harris in a phenomenal role. So yes, everything is great. It's just the tension and the way that the story is set up. It annoyed me in the end a little bit more than I actually loved it, but still I loved around 2/3 of this film, and that last one was maybe a little bit too much for me. Could have been shortened down, and I wanted the movie to end like 10 seconds later maybe. But the longer I think about that ending, the more I can appreciate it as well, because if I think about it, I don't think I would have been satisfied if they showed me 10 seconds more too, because then I would think that the movie needed more to resolve around everything. So I guess the way where they stopped it is perfect for not making a 3-hour long movie, but still it annoyed me a little bit. So in the end, I am going to give A House of Dynamite 3.5 stars and a heart. The tension was there, and I definitely loved what I saw. Just wished it was edited in a slightly different way to not go back to the same story 3 times in a row. What did you think of this? Please let me know in the comments down below. Have you seen it in the big theater? Then congratulations, you're one of the few. And if you have seen it on Netflix when it eventually comes out, congratulations, you just watched a fairly good movie. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. What did you think of this one? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I would like to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.